Kids are in bed?
Kids are in bed.
Welcome, everybody, to episode 20 of The Kids Are in Bed. I'm Tim Severson, and this is Jenny Severson. Jenny, how you doing?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm great.
Good.
Great. That's probably a lie, but nobody needs to really know about it, do they?
Well, you just told them, so they know now.
Well, now you get to wonder what it is. Maybe it's more than great. It could be more than great.
I don't think so.
It could be amazing. Is amazing better than great?
Yes.
Okay. Good. How was your weekend with me that we both were involved in?
What the hell? Well, Tim, it was very nice. Just very nice indeed.
We went golfing?
I am not a golfer. It's too long. It's way too long. Number one, it's too long. Number two, there are not enough snacks. I don't enjoy this activity.
You looked at me on the seventh hole and you're like, when do we get snacks? And I was like, well, you get some at the turn. And you're like, I need them now. And I'm like, oh, I don't. You're like, don't you pack snacks? And I'm like, no, I don't. I don't eat usually when I golf. So
Is that just you, though? Do other golfers pack snacks?
I think it's a very common thing for, like, I have friends that I golf with that are like consistent. When they're at the turn, they will get like a hot dog or a brat and some chips, stuff like that. Other people, not so much. It's kind of a mixed bag.
Interesting. Well, I could get interested in golf, but the snack situation would need to be evaluated.
Yeah. Yeah, it was fun. We played at the Classic in Brainerd for an event for not Camp Confidence.
Confidence Learning Center.
Learning Center. Yes, no longer Camp Confidence. But it was super fun. The weather was perfect.
Delightful.
It was amazing. Golfing weather. Is what that was.
Good.
And we left there and we checked off another Brainerd Lakes area staple, which is going to the patio at Zorba's.
So that, though, everybody that I know that is from Brainerd does not ever go there. Yeah. So that's interesting I feel like that's interesting that we have like a connection to want to be there. Well, usually it's just them out of towners.
Well, yeah, we used to go all the time when we lived. Like when I was young, we would go to the one Cross Lake. I don't understand why people hate on it. Plus, here's a question. Our favorite pizza there that we got, how do you pronounce it?
So I call it the Loudon.
Yeah. But that is not what everybody calls it. I was wondering when you ordered it, did you say that? And they probably just go, whatever, it doesn't matter.
I said Loudon.
Nobody's going to correct you because they know what you mean.
Yeah.
I wonder. Loudon?
Well, so I heard your brother say Loudon. Who else says Loudon?
Yeah, no, that's the whole thing. Like, I'm not sure if I've ever heard anybody else, and he is not somebody to be trusted on how to pronounce or spell anything.
Yeah, I think it's Loudon.
Yeah, but
that's just me.
Peanut butter pizza, cheese, pepperoni, jalapenos.
That's it.
And there's a little bit of red sauce on it or not?
It says, I was reading the menu. It says that it has special sauce.
Yes.
Or something along those lines, but only at select locations.
Interesting.
So then I was trying when I was eating it. I was like, does this have sauce on it? Because I always thought it had a red sauce on it too.
Yeah.
But I couldn't tell this time.
It might just be a light covering. It's good stuff.
Just a little dusting.
Poor man's Thai is what I always think of it as.
Yeah. With pepperonis.
Yeah.
Just because it has peanut butter?
Poor Italian's Thai.
Poor Italian's Thai. That's better. What was our name we came up with?
Oh my God.
We were out the other night at this bar grill
what were
place.
We eating?
Thai pizza.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember. It was we were eating a Thai flatbread. And we were like arguing that it wasn't a flatbread.
Yeah.
And so we were like, why is this called a flatbread? It's not. We were like, it's really an appetizer.
I forget what it was now. And I came up with it.
It was Pizzatizer.
Pizzatizer, yes, with Thai.
Pizza Tizer.
Yes, because it was the shape of a flatbread, but it had like the thickness of like, I don't know, like Domino's cheesy bread. It like was that thick. Now it wasn't filled with cheese, but it just had a thicker substance. And we were like, well, this isn't a flatbread at all.
Not a flatbread at all.
It's a pizza tizer.
It's a pizza tizer. Oh my gosh, we were so proud of ourselves. I think we decided to call your brother and have him put it on his menu.
I don't think we did.
We decided to.
Oh.
But then we didn't act.
We didn't act. Yes, we did not take the action.
Yeah.
My brother fell down golfing. I just wanted to tell that.
Oh, that's mean.
Just because he said something in reference to the podcast after it happened. Because when we golf together, it's really mean what I do, but it's more like science. Because I can tell him.
You're mean for science?
Well, it's only about where he's going to hit the ball. And so I can basically call my shot to him and be like, I know which bunker you're going and you're going to go now. And he just throws it in the sand every time. And so he missed this bunker on this occasion, but it was on a hill kind of above it and long grass and it was wet out. And when it landed, I said, this is really bad news for you, but I think it's great news for me. Because I knew it was going to be slippery. Because long grass like that is so slippery, especially when you're in golf shoes. And I went up ahead and was by the green. I think I was taking a pee in the woods. And
classy.
Oh yeah, watching him, and I could only see his head, and then he swung, and then his head disappeared, and so did the club, and he fell down the hill and grabbed his own ball, and I laughed so hard. It was the best thing that could have happened, playing golf with him.
Well, what about my amazing shot I had?
Yeah. Which one? There were so many.
When I hit the tee out from under the ball?
Yes. The last hole of the day.
I thought that was impressive.
It was absolutely impressive. The ball did not rotate. It didn't move in either direction. It dropped straight down and the tee went. Like if somebody just saw you from the side profile, they'd be like, oh, she hit that pretty well, except for you couldn't hear the ball make contact with the club because you didn't touch it with the club. It was crazy. You did a lot of trick shots. You hit one between your legs. You did a lot of good stuff out there. Really.
I don't know what you guys mean when you say I hit one between my legs.
Nate said you did. I don't know.
What does that mean?
You hit the ball off the tee and it went straight between your legs.
I thought you guys meant I was like shooting the club between my legs. And I was like, I didn't do that. The ball went between my legs.
Yes. Crazy.
And then there was the one that hit the rock and came right back at me.
Yes. Yep. It's a fun game.
It's very... I think I could get into it as long as you get the snacks.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, you can just bring them along.
Yeah.
Should we move on to 2006?
2006.
2006 is the next year up. As a reminder to those who may be paying attention and watching at home, or to you too, maybe you don't remember.
Yeah, please remind me what we're doing.
We are counting through the years that we have been together. We started dating in 1999, and we've timed it out so that when we get to my birthday this year,
40!
It is our 25th anniversary since we started dating.
Mm-hmm. Cute.
We're only a week away from our 16th wedding anniversary.
Yes, we are.
So we've been dating for 25, married for 16. And we are going through the years and talking about memories, movies, music, and picking which one we think is the best of the 25 years.
My vote is on 2004 currently.
2004 right now. I believe mine's 03, but it might be 04 too. I can't remember if I had started following along with you or not in that regard. I know I liked both the years, but I can't remember what it decided. So this week we're going to talk about 2006. We typically don't talk about like big things that happened, but this was the year that Twitter launched.
Oh.
March 2006, Twitter launched. Sorry. This drives me absolutely nuts about Twitter. Or it's not Twitter. It's the way people write about Twitter.
Okay.
You know what it's called now, right?
I think it's called X.
Yeah. Every time somebody writes and references, and I've done it a couple of times as a joke to myself when I have to mention it, they always say X, formerly known as Twitter. And it's like, okay, it's been like for the first month or two.
I benefit from that. Be like, what the fuck is X? Oh, yeah. I think it's necessary.
Okay.
Sorry, we're not all as smart as you.
In March of 2006, X, formerly known as Twitter, launched.
Good.
And the Wii, too. So everybody was excited about Twitter and the Wii.
Twitter and the Wii. That sounds...
That one really got you in the Laffy Taffies.
Oh my God. Stop.
Oh, man. Twitter and the Wii. Twitter and the Wii.
This turtleneck is making me awfully sweaty all of a sudden.
This t-shirt is making me sweaty all of a sudden. Oh, man, that's funny. So we start with movies typically.
Movies.
And I would like to start with the new games that we've come up with. I find those to be very fun.
Okay.
First one, if you'll recall, is box office.
Box office.
Who won the box office in 2006? Out of these are the top 5 in no particular order.
Top 5? Mm-hmm. I'm ready.
Top 5. Mm-hmm. The Da Vinci Code. Mm-hmm. X-Men. Last Stand.
Ooh.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Ooh.
Caribbean?
I say Caribbean.
I say Caribbean when I say the movie, but if somebody was like, oh, where'd you go on vacation? I'd say the Caribbean.
Yeah, that's true.
Pirates of the Caribbean doesn't have the same, I don't know.
I don't think that's how they market it.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest, that was the second of the franchise. And last but not least, Cars.
Cars.
A Pixar movie. This is a challenging one.
Oh my gosh, it's not the Da Vinci Code. I know this. That's it, isn't it? It's not the Da Vinci Code. And I think it's Pirates of the Caribbean. But it could be Cars. But I'm going with Pirates of the Caribbean.
That is correct.
Yes!
Good job. I can't remember the exact order, but I think Cars was second. I believe Da Vinci Code, I think, was fourth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a weird-ass movie.
Yeah. Yep. And I did that thing again where I only gave you 4 options.
Is there supposed to be 5?
Superman Returns.
Oh, well, turns out it wasn't number 1.
It was not. That's why it wasn't on the list. So you did it out of the top 4. Great job. And then remember the other one is Oscars. Mm-hmm. I will give you the nominees for 2006, awarded in 2007. Mm-hmm. And you tell me, would you change it?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
To remind you, the nominees are The Queen, Letters from Iwo Jima, Babel, Little Miss Sunshine, and The Departed.
I do really like Little Miss Sunshine.
It's a great movie.
It's actually a really good movie. But no, I wouldn't change it. The Departed. Yeah. Could have won, should have won, did.
Yep. That one is, every once, like, it feels like every couple years, there's always one that you're like,
yeah. Yep.
Perfect.
Did it.
Did it.
Great
Good job.
Congratulations.
Wish you didn't get it wrong so frequently.
Yeah. Little Miss Sunshine is so funny, though.
Very good. Was that Steve Carell's kind of first dramatic role?
Probably, yeah.
Feels like it was, but there might have been something maybe lesser known before that. But I remember just being blown away by how great he was. Mm-hmm. He's got some chops.
Yeah, he does.
Here's a question.
Oh, gosh.
Will Steve Carell ever win an Academy Award?
Well, he's got a lot of life left.
If you had to bet on it.
If $10. I had to bet on it.
$10.
Well, so, it's so hard because actors, they usually go through these times where they're, really working hard for their awards.
Sure.
And he's not in one of those right now.
No.
Right? So he was for a couple years. He had some nominations, a couple years, but he's kind of off that now. But then all of a sudden, 20 years later, you pop back in. I'm going to say yes.
I think I agree with that. He just needs the right script, I think.
Yeah.
Right director.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. switching up how we do movies a little bit because I get overwhelmed. There's too many. And then I always go and I'm editing. And I'm like, why didn't I talk about that? So I'm trying to short up. So I want to do a quick segment where we just do like a rapid fire through kind of a list that I put together.
All right.
And then I've got a few that I've got a little more. I pulled some facts on that maybe we could jump a little deeper into.
All right. Hit me.
The Da Vinci Code, not for the movie though, just because I was remembering, because I feel like we both consumed the Da Vinci Code very close together in terms of time when we read it. And I think we both read it kind of in the same breakneck pace. I can remember sitting...
It's the only way I read.
I can remember sitting in your bedroom in your greenhouse on Como, and you had like that... It was probably like a Target chair, maybe IKEA, but it was like blue and round, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I sat in that chair. You were sleeping and finished that book at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't go to sleep.
That's literally why I stopped reading. Because I would just
get obsessed.
Stay up all night reading.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is no way to live. I will stop reading.
Give me a screen, God damn it. So that was the Da Vinci Code. The movies I don't like, and I love Tom Hanks, but even the first one, it's too much.
Yeah.
Dan Brown is far too dense to be adapted to the screen, unless you were going to make it like a multi-part movie. Just kind of loses a lot of its.
I'm with you.
Pop. These two. See if you can remember why I'm bringing these up. Over the Hedge and Poseidon.
Yes, I do know this because we went to see them at the drive-in.
Yes, we did.
Yes, it was so fun. I love the drive-in.
So here's my next question. I'm going to test you a little more because I could not, even looking through movies, I could not remember. Do you have any idea what the third movie was?
Oh, gosh.
Because it was Over the Hedge, something, and then Poseidon was the last one.
How did you find this?
How did I find what?
This information.
I saw Over the Hedge like on the box office list, and I was like, oh, I wonder if Poseidon came out the same year. And then I found it, and I'm like, oh, there's one more. So we must have gone the year they came out.
How did you figure out what the third movie was?
I don't. No, that's what I'm saying. I'm asking you, do you remember? Because I do not.
I understand. Sorry.
Because you remembered that part. And I was just curious if maybe you were like, oh, yeah, it was. I don't either.
Got nothing.
Me neither. I looked at a bunch of, like there were like probably a handful of movies, but I was like, none of them rang a bell to like be sitting at a drive-in. But yeah, we went and saw those at the
fun.
Over the Hedge was all Ben Folds music. And that was such a fun surprise because the music of that movie, I don't even know if we really watched it. We just kind of hung out and listened to the music. Next one, Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift.
Oh, yeah.
Why would I bring up that?
The game we played in somebody's backyard.
Yours.
Oh, my backyard.
Yeah.
We played this in my backyard with some sort of stick.
Usually it's a broomstick if you had it, but any stick in a pinch would work.
Yes.
I forget the actual name of the game, but a roommate of mine introduced it to us one day. And the whole point of the game is you and another player hold on to one side of a stick and you stand on one foot. And then you just try to push and pull and get somebody to put their other foot down. It had a name, but then when we were playing it one night, I noticed that everybody that was like falling over would always win because they would do like a last ditch effort and then they'd hold up just long enough and I started saying
3.
No.
2,
I started saying
1.
In this game, if you're not out of control, or if you're out of control, you're in control.
You're not in control.
Unless you're out of control.
You're not in control unless you're out of control.
And that was a line from Tokyo Drift.
Yeah.
So then we just turned the game into Tokyo Drift.
3, 2,
1.
Tokyo Drift.
It was so stupid. I remember just feeling like this is so like juvenile, but it was so
really
much
fun.
Oh, we would play it for a long time.
I can't remember my backyard.
I don't
think we ever went out there other than to play Tokyo Drift.
It was in the summer. You didn't go, but I'm pretty sure I had been at Apple River, but just for the day. And we, for whatever reason, we came back and went to your house. I don't know if it's because like you got off work or what, but we went and hung out at your house and we ate like a jar of jalapenos out of your refrigerator.
Oh,
yeah. A lot of things happened. Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Tokyo Drift.
Yeah.
So fun.
Yeah.
Delightful.
And then these last ones, I don't have anything specific tied to. Talladega Nights came out that year.
Mm-hmm. If you're not first, you're last.
Right. Shake and bake. I always say. Shake and bake. Borat came
Thank
out.
You, Baby Jesus.
Yes.
Is that from Talladega Nights?
Absolutely.
Borat. Ugh. Disgusting. That movie's so disgusting.
I know, but it's so good.
Ugh.
It's so funny. Sacha Baron Cohen's great. He's also in Talladega Nights.
Oh, yeah.
You, Me, and Dupree. Okay.
Yeah.
You really liked it when we saw it in the theater. That's why I put it on the list.
Oh, really?
Yes. When we walked out, you were like, that's really funny. Hostel.
Ugh. That is
Did we see that in the theater?
That is the last horror movie I ever saw in the movie theater.
That movie is
I'm pretty sure. I'm like,
rough.
I am not doing this again. I'm done. Yeah. I'm done.
Yeah, that movie was a lot. I don't know why I drug you to that.
Mm-mm.
This was also the year that both The Prestige and The Illusionist came out.
Ants in a Bug's Life.
Yep.
Just kidding.
Dante's Inferno.
Dante's Peak.
Oh, yeah. Dante's Peak. Volcano.
Panda Deep Express. Impact. Armageddon.
Panda Express. Yoshinoya Beef Bowl.
The Prestige and
The Illusionist.
So I can't tell you which one is which.
I know. That was going to be my question because as I was looking, I'm like, I never remember. No, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure I would even like mix the plots. Like I would like turn them into one movie.
They were so unbelievably similar. Mm-hmm. It was ridiculous.
One's Christian Bale.
Yes.
I think he's in The Prestige. But I could be wrong.
Yeah. I think he's the illusionist.
Oh. Well, that's the whole point.
And then the other one is Edward Norton and Wolverine, right? What's his name?
Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman. Isn't it? One of them's Ed Norton and Hugh Jackman. The other one's...
I believe you that Hugh Jackman is in one. I cannot confirm that Edward Norton is in one. But I believe you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I liked one of them better, but I don't know which one.
Right? One of them was better.
It was a better movie, and I don't remember which one. And then the last one I have on this list was Lady in the Water. You remember that one?
Yeah, I
Did that one send M. Night Shyamalan kind of packing for a while? Was that kind of the last chance?
So The Village, we missed The Village. We never talked about The Village.
We didn't talk about it. See, this is why I've tried to pare it down a little bit.
So I think The Village got people started because some people got it.
Right.
And they were okay. Mm-hmm. But I think Lady in the Water is what sent everyone packing. Yeah.
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 It was rough. I don't even really remember it. I just remember the disappointment.
Yeah.
It was just like,
so disappointing.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just really stuck to that plot point where it's like, you think it's sci-fi, but it's all real, which is neat, but it never really executes all that well. You're just kind of like,
missing. Yeah.
That's boring.
Yeah. Total letdown.
Total letdown. Okay. I have a couple of movies that I picked out. We have, and we could choose 3 or we could talk a little bit about all 4. You tell me.
Okay.
I have The Departed, The Breakup, Devil Wears Prada, and V for Vendetta. These are all movies that we consumed a lot of, I feel like.
Here's what I have to say about V for Vendetta.
Okay.
I freaking loved that movie. It was like one of my favorite movies at the time.
Yeah.
I know this. I have no idea what happens. I can't remember. I have nothing to talk about.
Overthrowing the government. You know, it's based on a graphic novel. It turns out that the guy who wrote the graphic novel, I guess we'll just jump into that one since we're talking about it. The guy who wrote the graphic novel he had his name taken off the credits because he hated it so much.
That happens so often.
It does.
Natalie Portman shaves her head.
Natalie Portman shaves her head, yes.
Remember.
5th of November.
That's
the
what I got.
Gunpowder Treason and Plot.
I can't remember anything about it. What? That's not how it goes.
No.
Oh.
Remember. It's just funny that you're reciting something that starts with remember. And you're like, I forget.
Remember, the 5th of November, the Gunpowder Treason and Plot. I know of no reason why the Gunpowder Treason should ever be forgot.
Oh, sure. I don't remember.
The 5th of November, the Gunpowder Treason or the Plot.
I loved it. And we watched it all the time.
Yeah, it's a very...
It was on my Facebook as one of my favorite movies. I got to rewatch that.
Yeah, we used to watch it a lot. That was another one that I would just like, it would just sit in my DVD player and I'd always just turn it on because I was too lazy to change it. And so I've seen the beginning of that movie many times.
Does everything turn out okay for her then?
I'm not going to tell you.
Oh, dang it. I think it does.
It does.
Okay, thanks.
It doesn't turn out great for V.
Oh.
But it's not easy to overthrow a government all by yourself.
No, it's hard work.
It is, especially in a mask. That mask got super popular. That was a very like anti-establishment kind of film. Anti-media, anti-government. Kind of a, I think if I remember right, like there were some people who just didn't like it for that. They were like, oh, yeah, it's just inflammatory for the sake of being inflammatory. But I thought it was very much in the same vein as like, 1984 kind of government watching and controlling and that kind of stuff. I always thought it was a good movie. I am here for V for Vendetta. I do reserve the right to watch it again for the first time in like 15 years.
Before forming an opinion?
I could change
Let's
my
do it.
opinion.
I'll watch it with you.
Yeah. Hugo Weaving played V. He wasn't originally cast. There was somebody else. What was the name of the dude that I did not know? James Purefoy? Is that somebody?
Never heard of him.
Yep, that's why. Sorry, James. You're not the voice of V.
Couldn't cut it.
Yeah, that movie is fun. It's a good comic book, graphic novel adaptation for me. Very watchable. Any other thoughts on V for Vendetta?
Nope.
All right. I will leave it to you. The breakup?
So, yes, I love The Breakup.
Okay.
Yes, I do. Vince Vaughn.
Yes.
Talked about him last week.
Yeah.
Love him.
Yep.
I love Jennifer Aniston. I love the ending.
So, interesting that you should bring that up. Did you know that there was an alternate ending that did not get used?
Well, I'm glad it didn't.
So it's what I didn't know it. I watched it. And you remember how the movie ends?
Yeah, I just said I love the ending.
How does it end?
They're walking away from each other.
Yeah. Well, they run into each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're walking away and then like you think like, oh, they're going to get back together,
yeah.
Right? But they don't. They just walk back. They walk away from each other and then they each like take a turn looking back. Am I thinking of the wrong movie? Why are you looking at me like that?
No, I think I am misremembering how it ends because I think I might have watched two alternate endings that did not happen.
I thought that's what happened. They each walk away and then they each like look back, but they don't look back and then they just walk away from each other.
Yeah. Okay. So then this is interesting. The two alternate endings, oddly enough, have basically the same dialogue, but they're two separate scenes. The first one I watched, they're like going to like the Chicago Zoo or something. They're in a crowded area and Vince Vaughn is walking with a new girl who has hair kind of similar colored to Jennifer Aniston. At first I thought it was her.
When did you watch these?
Today.
Oh.
And then Jennifer Aniston is walking with a guy and she sees him and stops him and then they have this conversation and it's very suggestive and flirty between the two of them, but they're introducing each other to each other's dates. Both their dates look, so the guy that she's dating is vaguely similar, tall, dark hair, kind of a and then the girl he's dating has similar hair and is a little shorter and cute, and everybody's just kind of awkward about it, but their dialogue is very much like, oh, congratulations on starting the boat tours. I want to get out there. And he's like, there's always a spot for you for free. You need to get out there. And then they're lingering on the very good to see you kind of thing. And then the other one I saw they just run into each other on the street and have basically the same conversation.
Yeah, I think that's the actual ending. Was they're just on the street. And they're not with another person.
Right.
It's just the two of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the actual ending.
Oh, and so yeah, they're flirting. But I feel like they caught each other. I feel like they both looked back and saw each other.
Oh, maybe they did.
Yeah.
Maybe they did.
Yeah, a lot of alternate endings to that movie. I really enjoy that movie. I didn't know this either. A little piece of trivia. Did you know that Vince Vaughn and Jennifer Aniston dated?
Yes.
Oh.
Definitely knew that.
Started dating during that movie.
Mm-hmm. It's because she walked by naked, I'm sure.
I mean, it helped.
Just kidding.
It helped.
I really like the scene where they all start singing.
On the kick drum.
On the kick drum.
Come. On the kick drum. Come.
Let me just show you how it's done. Dad, how about a little percussion? Tap, tap, tapping. Tap, tap, tapping. Tap, tap, tapping. Tap, tap. And Mom, hi-hat. Good, Mom. Excellent. And Gary, on the kick drum. Come. On the kick drum. Come. That's Gary. Come with the kick drum. Come with the kick drum. Gary, on the kick drum. Come. That's Gary on the kick drum. Go. And Gary, in the house. Come with the kick drum. Come.
I'm just not really the kick drum kind of guy.
That's my favorite part.
Well, it's
and the lemons.
The lemons.
Oh, she just wanted a centerpiece.
I had to watch that scene too. So there are some spots of dialogue in that movie that are so unbelievably well written that they're so
who wrote it? Do you know?
I don't know. The trivia that I found was that Vince Vaughn actually helped with a lot of the dialogue. So I mean, some of that was him, but it was like there are some spots where it's just like, oh my God, I've had this fight. You know what I mean? Like, it was, like where you see it and you're like, ugh. And then you don't want to watch the movie anymore because you're just like, no. And then he says the thing that you know he shouldn't say.
Yeah,
like,
don't
when
say
he's
it.
like, I wish I would have gotten a bag of lemons for everybody at the table so everybody could have their own lemons.
Jesus, Brooke, you're acting crazy again.
Don't you call me crazy. I am not crazy.
I didn't call you crazy.
Just
I didn't
did.
call you crazy. No, I didn't. I said you're acting crazy.
You know what, Gary? I asked you to do one thing today, one very simple thing, to bring me 12 lemons, and you brought me 3.
God damn it. If I knew that it was going to be this much trouble, I would have brought home 24 lemons. Even 100 lemons. I know what I wish? I wish everyone that was at that goddamn table had their own little private bag of lemons.
Gary, it's not about the lemons.
Well, that's all you're talking about.
I'm just saying it'd be nice if you did things that I asked. It would be even nicer if you did things without me having to ask you.
She's like, that's not the point. They're just like, oh God. So that movie is so real and uncomfortable, but there's so many. Jon Favreau, Jason Bateman, that guy who sings, I can never remember
Is Jason Bateman one of the brothers?
He's one of the friends.
Oh.
I think
Who's the other brother?
I think he's Edgar.
Edgar.
The guy in the Edgar suit.
Oh. Need some sugar water?
He asked me for some water. Some, sugar water.
Sugar water.
Oh, sugar water. Sugar water. I think that's who it is. I think that's who it is.
Jason Bateman is just like a friend of the couple?
He's one of the couple friends that come over for game night.
Oh,
and that goes all bad. Yeah. And all their friends are just awkward because they don't know whose side they're supposed to be on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that movie is good stuff. Like that movie a lot.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I know you don't like when we recover movies. Can I just throw a couple of things about The Departed that I learned that I found very interesting?
Yeah, tell me all about it.
There's a scene, you know the scene where Jack Nicholson is trying to source who the rat is and he brings in Leonardo DiCaprio. He does like that.
Oh, yuck.
He pulls a gun on him in that scene.
So gross.
That was unscripted and it was also a real gun.
Oh my God. That is unsafe.
Yeah.
That is very unsafe.
Scorsese didn't know. DiCaprio didn't know. He just pulled it out of nowhere. And
tell that to Alec Baldwin.
Nothing loaded? Yeah.
Very unsafe. Inappropriate.
Unsafe. Yeah.
Inappropriate decision.
The other thing that I learned that I didn't know was that Leonardo DiCaprio was also filming Blood Diamond at the same time he was shooting this. How is that possible?
He's a busy guy.
Man. That seems like it would be really hard.
Yeah.
Like, These, they're in the African desert. He's like, we need to, find the blood diamonds. And he's like, are you a co-op?
Whoops. Wrong movie. Sorry, guys.
I'm not a co-op.
Are you a co-op?
The title was translated into Japanese, Departed, to hell.
Oh.
And that caused a lot of confusion over what the movie was and why.
Yeah.
So
strange.
I don't know why they can't, when they do that, why they can't just go, well, that doesn't work. That's not, like, isn't there somebody in charge of going, well, that's not.
Yes, there absolutely is. That person failed
just asleep
to
at
do
the
their
wheel,
job.
Whatever, it's winning Best Picture. What does it matter?
Pretty sure they should have been fired.
We don't need the Japanese money.
Yeah.
So then the last one, and we have talked about this a little bit, is Devil Wears Prada.
Mm-hmm. Love.
Devil Wears Prada is such a good movie.
It's delightful.
Want some facts about that one?
I would love to.
Emily Blunt improv most of her lines.
Mm-hmm. Very talented.
That blew me away.
She looks so different in that movie.
It's crazy.
Doesn't even look like her.
Well, so it's 2006, so that was 18 years ago.
Yeah, wow. She looks like a different person.
Yeah. People grow
So does Anne Hathaway.
People grow.
Have you seen Anne Hathaway lately?
I haven't.
Yeah, you need to go look at a picture of Anne Hathaway.
I will.
Yeah.
Right after this.
Yeah.
I'll pick the still from Brokeback Mountain, I think, is the one that I'm going to
No, I mean today.
Oh.
A picture of her now.
Got it.
Maybe not today, but maybe last week.
Thanks. That would have been hard to find, I think.
Yeah.
There was another one that I found. Oh, it grossed $326 million worldwide.
Way to go.
That's crazy.
Led by ladies in 2006.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
Well, it's led by Stanley Tucci.
It's not led by Stanley
Everybody
Tucci.
was there for Stanley Tucci.
Stanley
Everybody's
Tucci
always
was
there for Stanley
delightful.
Tucci.
He was delightful. He was not led. Oh, when Miranda screws him over. Oh my God. It's so devastating.
He was so excited.
Why? Why did she do that to him?
It's cutthroat world fashion.
So sad.
God,
that just breaks my heart.
Yeah. Yep. Meryl Streep is unbelievable. I didn't know that she got a nomination for that performance. Mm-hmm. Well deserved. Mm-hmm. Well deserved. Any other thoughts on that one?
Mm-mm. Nope.
That's all.
Good. Movies. Good. Love them.
I thought you were going to be so impressed.
Oh, shoot. Do you want to do it again?
No, it's fine.
Sorry.
That's all. So good. Okay.
That's all.
That's it for movies. I didn't have anything else. More movies came out than just those that we spoke of. Those are the ones I picked.
Good
Saw
picks.
2 also came out. I know you really like that one.
Stop it. I don't want... Ew. Disgusting.
Disgusting. That's it for movies of 2006. Songs of 2006 I have a weird relationship with. There are some good ones, for sure. Crazy.
In Love?
Nope. Just Crazy.
Patsy Cline?
Nope. Just Crazy. Or Crazy. Gnarls Barkley.
Gnarls.
Also known as
CeeLo Green.
Yes. Sexy Back. Justin Timberlake. Rough day to be Justin Timberlake. Promiscuous. Nelly Furtado.
Mm-hmm.
Promiscuous girl.
Mm-hmm. That's Nelly Furtado?
Yep. And Timbaland.
Oh, nice. Timbaland.
Love his boots. So there's those kind of things. The one honorable mention is Chasing Cars by Snow Patrol.
Ugh.
Which
now that
nobody knows except for any dramatic scene from 2006 until 2016. It's how do we... I know what
That's
song.
it. That's the one. It's really going to get the feeling across to everybody.
Shonda Rhimes was all over
Oh my
it.
God. Shonda loves that song.
She sure does.
Oh.
She sure does.
An hour ago, he was proposing.
everything.
Nice meeting you.
Bye, Derek.
On our own.
I do it all.
Come on, Zoe. Get Bailey and your little sister settled in.
On our own.
So there's, good songs from 2006, but so many of them just remind me of being hammered at a bar and wanting to leave and having to wait until everybody else is ready to go. I don't know why I never just walked back home.
It's responsible of you not to walk alone.
But when I look, songs from this era don't have like the nostalgia that earlier songs had. It's like once I started going out to bars, they turned into these like mocking kind of, they never seemed to end. And I was just like, I can't hear, what was the one? Oh, SOS by Rihanna. SOS, please. Oh, it's just over and I'm just like, I can't hear it again. I just can't hear the chorus one more time. So the other honorable mention song, everybody's favorite, You're Beautiful by James Blunt.
You're beautiful. You're beautiful.
That song was so big. And then James Blunt that was it. Poor guy.
There's a scene. Is it?
How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
It's last season when Marshall's having the fight with imaginary Lily, and it's Lily from different eras. And she's like, has James Blunt dropped hit after hit like we expect him to? Yes.
So funny.
None of that for James Blunt. And then very quickly, I just wanted to run through the fashion trends of 2006, and you can just tell me yes or no. Did you participate in them?
Yes. Okay.
Skinny jeans.
Yes. Still participating.
Leggings.
Yes. I absolutely wore leggings as pants.
Oversized sunglasses. I don't remember you in oversized sunglasses.
Maybe you had like a pair, but.
Yeah. And then you lost them that day.
Yeah.
Boho chic.
Yeah. Remember when I got called an earthy bitch?
Yep.
That was boho chic.
Oh, that was 2014-ish?
Oh. Whoops. Off trend.
I think you just got called earthy because your skin was so unbelievably white. And that's only because it was somehow 75 degrees on St. Patrick's Day in
it was
Minnesota.
my winter skin.
Yeah.
Hadn't met the sun yet.
Let's see. Plaid patterns.
Plaid patterns. Plaid patterns. Does it just mean plaid?
Especially popular in shirts and skirts.
Plaid. Yes, absolutely. I participated.
Okay.
I participated in plaid. I still participate in plaid.
Tunics and dresses over jeans.
No, I did not do that.
Statement jewelry.
I may have some statement jewelry.
Military-inspired jackets.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Ballet flats.
Yep. How come these are all ladies' trends?
Graphic tees.
Where's your trends?
Got it. Still on it, baby.
Graphic tees, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Those are the ones that ChatGPT pulled for me for fashion trends of 2006.
Did you say ladies' fashion trends?
No, I just said
all ladies.
Top fashion trends. I mean, men's fashion doesn't change that much, does it?
A little.
It does?
But I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you. All right.
There we go. We're caught up. Where do you want to start in 2006 with our memories?
We're all caught up on what?
The pop culture of it all.
Oh.
We're on to memories.
Oh. Memories all alone in the moonlight.
That's my favorite song from Phantom of the Opera.
Is that a joke I don't get?
What do you mean?
What's the joke?
I don't understand. What's the joke? I wasn't trying to be funny.
Oh.
That's my favorite song from Phantom of the Opera.
Is that a joke you made up, or is that somebody else's joke?
I don't understand what the joke is.
Whose joke is it?
I don't understand the joke. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh.
Do you have any memories you would like to discuss? Any memories that cross your noggin?
Well, gosh.
Gosh.
How was your 2006? What happened to you?
Well, a lot of things. You want me to just run down everything that happened to me in 2006?
No, not everything.
Okay. I'll just pick out some things that happened, and you can tell me if you remember that these things happened. So the one thing about 2006, I was thinking about this. You turned 21 in 2006. Huh. On July 25th.
I did turn 21 on July 25th.
And that was really where we made our turn, like, especially since it was summer. That was the end of house parties, really. Like, we'd probably go to a couple, but we never really went to big house parties once we could legally drink.
Yeah.
Or once you could legally drink.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Yeah. You know what's funny is I don't have a lot of memories of you being at the bar when I couldn't go, though. I don't remember being I can't go to the bar and Tim's out.
I think every once, it was never weekends. It was always Wednesday nights, ladies' night at Sally's. Thursday was bottomless Long Island's at Blarney. And then random stuff smattered everywhere else.
Yeah. What year was the all-you-can-eat pizza and all-you-can-drink beer over on Como Ave?
That was last year. We would go there. We would go there after softball.
Because I went there.
Yeah.
But I was like 19.
The American. Everybody could get into the American without an ID.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
$5, pitchers, all-you-can-eat pizza. It was for like 2 hours.
2 hours only, yeah.
And the funny part about that restaurant was it sat like, I don't know, 3 blocks across the Hennepin County, Ramsey County border, which meant it was the closest establishment to the Minneapolis campus that allowed smoking when the smoking ban.
Oh.
So when we would go there, it would be packed and everybody was like, you can still smoke inside here, so I'm going to celebrate that. It would be so
a lot of smoke.
Smoky in there. But yeah, we went there all the time.
It's a lot of smoke.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the year before. But yeah, we spent most of our time after you turned 21, Dinkytown, and then we slowly, your 21st, we went to Uptown.
Yes, we did. We absolutely did.
You don't remember any of it?
We went to Uptown. No, we went to Williams.
Yep.
Nope. Yeah, we went to Williams.
Yep.
And other places?
Yep. We bar hopped. I think we started at like Chino Latino or something like that.
Chino Latino?
I feel like we did. I feel like we got a drink there.
I didn't go to Chino Latino.
Oh, okay. Okay. We went to another bar other than Williams. But yeah, you turned 21, then we started going, so...
Well, none of my friends were 21.
I know.
So I just had to go out with you and your friends.
Yeah.
I guess they're my friends too.
Well, and, yeah. And stop acting like you were dragged away. Like you were held hostage. I recall you having some pretty fun times.
I did have a fun time. None of my roommates, I was the oldest in my house, so none of my roommates could go. So that was kind of a bummer. I think we had some drinks at my house first with my roommates.
I'm sure.
Before I went out. Yeah.
So
bubble dresses were not on your fashion list.
They didn't make the list.
But I wore a bubble dress out that night. I remember that. Mm-hmm. Nice. And some statement earrings.
Nice. I don't know what bubble dress means. The vision I have, because I don't even remember what you were wearing, but like I'm picturing like packing material.
Oh no, it was black, but the bottom was all like bouncy.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Good looking dress.
Yeah.
The library, Burrito Loco. Those were our Dinkytown stops. Mm-hmm. Burrito Loco. We'd usually go to the library and then go into Loco late so that we'd be there to get burritos. Chipotle style dining.
Burrito Loco burritos are so good.
They are so good.
Because they have buffalo chicken.
They do have buffalo chicken burritos.
Oh, buffalo chicken.
Underrated.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
So good. And then downtown, our bars were Brothers and Rosen's. Mm-hmm. And then in Uptown, we would go to Williams. Mm-hmm. Those were our spots. Those were we rotated through those places. The next thing I have on my list in the spring, I think, late winter, early spring of 2006. What?
I was just thinking about this time. I do remember being at Williams in Uptown, and I disappeared for a little while.
Yes.
And nobody knew where I was.
Yes.
And then I disappeared for another little while, and nobody knew where I was again. Yes. It's because I left 2 times to go walk across the street to McDonald's and get an Oreo McFlurry. I ate 2 Oreo McFlurries that night, and nobody knew where I was. Where's Jenny? Where were you? Oh, I just was dancing. I was just like secretly eating ice cream in the McDonald's across the street.
Oh, man. Yeah, that McDonald's. I think that McDonald's saved a lot of people's life. Mine, a couple of times. I never opted for ice cream, though.
I really wanted ice cream that night.
I guess so.
Yeah.
2 McFlurries in one night.
Yeah.
In the spring of 2006, we broke up for some reason. I don't remember what. Nonsense.
I'm sure it was important. It was our longest breakup.
No. Mm-mm.
Dang it.
This one was not super long.
It was a whole week, I thought.
I don't think it was that much.
Oh.
Maybe it was. I don't remember. This was the time that I think a lot of your roommates might have been encouraging you to stop talking to me. And not to stop talking to me, but just be single. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
be a young single lady.
Yes. And
all the single ladies. They even wrote a song about it, Tim.
They did write a song about that. And I can't remember what happened, but I was sitting in my apartment and I don't know. And it's so stupid and dramatic, but I just got up and ran to your house in the night.
I don't even remember who broke up with who.
I don't either.
Or any of that. But I just remember that we weren't talking for maybe it's not the longest we ever broke up, but it was the longest we ever went without talking. For sure.
So I must have broken up with you.
So we hadn't talked.
Somehow it must have been me, because you have the ability just to be like, oh, he doesn't exist anymore. And I feel like there was a time or two that we walked by each other and you acted like you didn't see me. But now that I know you, you didn't see me. But I
would not do that.
I can remember there was one time, now we weren't this close, right?
Yeah.
It was a distance, but I mean, I feel like we kind of had a radar for each other, and I was just like,
radar for each other.
What the fuck? She just walked right by.
I definitely didn't see you.
Well, it worked, because then I was just like, well, this can't stand. And so I ran over.
So what happened was, I think you called me or you texted me or something, and I answered or I responded. And so you were like,
"Oh yeah, the window
is open."
Yeah.
And that's why you ran.
Yeah,
because you didn't just decide I'm going to run over to her house.
Yeah,
you ran with purpose, because I answered your call or I responded to your text, and you were like, "I need to strike on this moment," and you sprinted. I don't know, what is that like?
Well, it wasn't that. Streetwise, I don't know how many blocks, you go down and then
I don't know, 10
over.
blocks maybe?
Yeah, but remember there was that footbridge that went over the railroad tracks? I cut across that and ran across Van Cleve.
Yeah.
And so
it was straight out of a movie.
I know.
I was on the phone, and then you hung up. And then it was just silence. And then I knew that you were coming or something. And so I went downstairs, and I was on the front stoop of the house or something.
You had a side door, remember?
Oh, a side door.
You had a side door by the stairs.
Oh, because we didn't want anybody to know that you came.
Yes.
And you just and you were just like sprinting, and you showed up and you were out of breath. It was like straight out of a movie.
Yeah.
You were like.
And then I came in. You invited me in because it was pretty cold. And like we made up. And then you were like, oh, but you can't stay here. Which I, like, before we had broken up.
Yeah.
I stayed there all the time.
Yeah.
I'd go to class right from your place.
Because I had a nice, tidy room.
Yeah.
This is your shithole.
No, this was when I was in Marcy Park.
Oh, that's true.
My Marcy Park room was all right.
Yeah.
Not great, but all right. And then I think what happened was, like, we had to sneak me out. And that, like, sparked something that was like, oh, this is like sneaking around when we were kids and we'd sneak out of the house to go, you'd stay down the street and I'd have a friend stay over and then we'd sneak out and go meet each other in the woods.
Yeah.
I think we felt that again. And so then you were just like, you cannot tell any of my roommates that we're dating. And
I don't remember that at all.
I don't remember how long. I don't think it was super long, but I snuck in that side door multiple times. Because you couldn't come to my house because then you'd be someplace alone and then you'd have to answer questions. Oh. So I would have to come and you would come down and you'd let me in the side door and I'd sneak up really quiet and then I'd leave. And yeah.
Stop!
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, we absolutely did it.
That's so silly.
I can remember you would go down the stairs all the way just to make sure that nobody was like down in the kitchen and about to come back up so that we ran in. Like, what would any of your roommates have done?
I'm going to say that they probably all knew.
Oh,
like the same 100%. Day. They were like, why are they being like, why are they sneaking in the stairs?
Yeah. So that happened. And then right after that, we went to go see Les Mis. Mm-hmm. And
delightful
we
show.
That's when we went to Pazzaluna and we got dinner and it was like a very quiet night for some reason, despite going to see a show. And remember there was a couple who's probably our age now, but they were just sitting in a booth, just making out.
They were old.
Yeah. They're our age.
Gross. Yeah.
But they were just going at it.
We definitely decided they were having an affair.
100%.
Yeah.
And so we saw Les Mis. And then I made up my mind that I wasn't going to let us break up again and started trying to figure out how to ask somebody to marry them when you have no money and nothing, like nothing at all. And I did spill the beans. I went out to Maryland for my niece's baptism and got drunk because for our family Christmas, we had decided that year, because that was right when my siblings were all having kids. So there are all these kids and we changed it up that you just buy for the kids, but adults, we were doing like...
You guys were all together for your sister's, your niece's baptism or something.
Not all.
There was a big group of you all there. Or I guess, it was you and your parents and your sister.
With my sister.
And you guys were talking about Christmas and... What should we do?
Yeah. Instead of buying everybody presents.
Now that the family's growing.
And so I think we settled on like a food item.
I think you were supposed to do a
mixtape, a mix CD.
You were supposed to do a CD and then some sort of surprise.
Oh, PJ just made food items because he was good at it.
Yeah. I think it was supposed to be a CD and you could do a surprise gift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I had conceived that my surprise gift was going to be that we were engaged.
Yeah.
And I could not hold the secret for more than an hour because I was drinking and I called you and told you and completely forgot about it. It's one of the few...
You forgot?
Yeah. You've had to remind me of that multiple times over the years.
Oh my gosh.
I still forget it.
Yeah, so I was in my room at home and you just called me and you were a little drunk and you told me the whole situation.
Yeah.
You were like, we've been talking and we're like, we're not trying to buy everyone gifts. And so this year we're going to do a CD and we're going to bring a surprise. So I was thinking, this is in like the spring? When was this? Or was it in the fall?
I think it was in the fall.
It was a long ways before Christmas.
Yeah.
And you were like, so I was thinking my surprise could be that we're engaged. And I was like, did I just get proposed to? But I was like, so I like couldn't, I was like confused.
Yeah.
But then I was like ecstatic. I was like, oh my God, Tim wants to marry me. And I started like jumping up and down in my bedroom like a crazy person. And then
never talked about it again. Yep.
Nothing for months and months. And I was like, does he remember that he did that? Like, so
yep.
I don't know. Are you going into the proposal? Because then we were going up to Brainerd for Christmas.
Yep.
And we were leaving. It was like December 19th.
Mm-hmm. But
we were leaving the next day, I think.
Very shortly, in the next couple of days, for sure.
I'm pretty sure it was the next day to go to Brainerd
mm-hmm.
for the holiday.
No, I guess it
and I was like, I mean, if he's trying to surprise his family for Christmas, this is kind of the last time he could do it.
Well, because I needed every day to work up the courage to call your dad and ask him permission for some reason. I don't know why I was so scared, but I spent the day I asked him, I spent the whole day just pacing up and down. That's when I lived in that apartment kind of over more northeast area.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It totally was in the...
over at St. Anthony area, I guess, not northeast, St. Anthony. And I was just walking up and down the hallway of the apartment, and my roommate at the time was just like, just call him and ask. He's not going to say no. You've been dating her for 10 years. And I was like, I don't know. You know, because your family is always a little lukewarm on me a lot of the time. And so I was like, I don't know. Maybe they don't like me. Maybe what if he says no? Then what do I do? I have this whole plan. I want to have a Christmas surprise, and
it was all for the Christmas surprise.
But eventually I got him because I worked up the courage and called your house and asked for him. And your mom was like, "Oh, he's at work," and I was just like, "Mother." So I called him at work.
Called him at
had to happen.
Work
had to happen. I'm pretty sure your mom told me to.
Oh,
because she knew. I don't know if I told her just then or if she knew already, but she told me to call her and just call him. Which, of course, your mom would like.
Yeah.
And so then once I had the go ahead, I mean, I looked at the apartment and I was just like, I have to put together some sort of proposal situation. So I went out and bought candles and plates and silverware and wine glasses and food and tablecloth, napkins, cloth napkins, like the whole thing. Framed a bunch of pictures and chocolate covered strawberries and chicken parmesan. Oof. I made the chicken in a George Foreman grill. So it was healthy. No fat at all.
Good shrimp cocktail.
Yeah, oh yeah, shrimp cocktail, yeah. And then I got everything all organized, and you were coming over, and then we had, Comcast TV, so I turned on the holiday music channel, and you came in, and I had you close your eyes, and I mean, the music before you walked in was chestnuts roasting on an open fire, White Christmas, Auld Lang Syne, like everything. And then you walk in and what song starts playing?
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Proposed during Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I remember just being like, I can't believe that. But and then I don't even really remember. We had dinner. You said yes.
Mm-hmm. I did.
We had dinner.
Yeah.
And then
we just had dinner.
We didn't do we didn't go out. We didn't do anything. We just stayed in and it was I think we were both like it was a lot.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I mean, for you,
well, what? I was 21?
Yep.
Yeah. And you were 22?
Yeah.
We were just small children.
Yeah.
We were just small little children.
Yeah.
We were like, now what?
I proposed with a ring that didn't belong to me. All sorts of fun things like that. And I remember.
So I've actually been thinking about that because I've been wearing it.
Yeah.
Because, what month is it? I'm on month 10 of not having my wedding ring.
Yeah. No, not that long, is it? It's not that
October.
Yeah. Count again.
8?
Do you think it's almost been a year since October?
8 months. So I'm on month 8 of not having my ring. And so I went without a ring for 6 months.
Tell me about it. How many fights I've been in.
Yeah. But then I was organizing
and found that
the closet the other week.
The OG.
And I found this ring. So this is the ring you proposed to me with.
Yeah.
Because it was my mom's original wedding ring.
Yes.
And she had gotten a new wedding ring. Mm-hmm. And so she had reset it into this ring for me.
Yeah.
And had given it to me. But I wasn't wearing it. I'm pretty sure that it was in my sock drawer in a nice little ring case that she got from the jeweler.
Yeah.
So it was in the case in my sock drawer because it was just a special ring my mom gave to me that I never wore. And I think you just grabbed it out of my sock drawer. Is the only thing I can imagine that how you got it to propose to me.
I'm remembering this now. I think I got it way ahead of time. I think you and I had the conversation. I think your mom knew, and I think I was given the ring, and I held on to the ring for a long time.
You think my mom gave you the ring?
I do.
Oh, well, I suppose we could just ask her. She'll remember.
We should. Yeah.
But anyways, you proposed to me with the ring, but then by the time we told your family, which was days later.
It was either Christmas Eve or Christmas Day.
So I think in between the 19th and the 25th, I went and got.
You went and picked it out, and then I went and bought it.
Yeah, the actual ring. Because I know when we told your parents, we had an actual diamond,
Yes.
and I remember your mom and dad's face because I think they were trying to figure out how did I get this 1 carat diamond on my finger? Because they were surprised. They had no idea. They were like, why is my asshole son buying a 1 carat diamond ring?
Finance, baby. I remember going through that and I'm just like, I can figure it out. I can figure it out. I'll get a job soon.
I just remember your mom saw the ring and her eyes. She was just like...
Yeah. Because all I did for work, I was a personal care attendant, part-time in college.
Yeah.
And so all of my money went to paying off that ring.
Yeah.
You know what they say, 4-year salary. So, and that's how we ended 2006. We were engaged.
Yeah.
And we were in love.
Yeah. Still are. Turns out.
Okay. Now, this whole thing that we've been talking about, I don't know that we've really discussed this in terms of our game.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Do personal events matter?
Of course they do.
Okay.
That's how I've been deciding.
Oh.
That's how I've been playing the game.
Oh, I've been playing the game just by pop culture stuff.
Oh my God. Are you serious?
Yes. Well, then we have a winner then, I think. This is numero uno, no?
Oh, you've been playing off pop culture. I have absolutely been playing off of personal.
Oh,
100%.
Okay.
Yes. 2006
well,
is
you know
the
what?
new winner.
This is a great time to center that up because The Departed.
Boom.
So we're good there.
Dynamite.
Yeah. And James Blunt. So 2006 was amazing.
Yeah. It was great. It was amazing.
So 2006 is the new leader in the clubhouse. But we still have 18 years to go. Wait, is that right?
16.
17. 2006. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
17. 17 years to go.
That's crazy, isn't it? When
Yeah.
you start thinking about it like that?
Yeah, let's not do that. How about?
Okay. You got it. Any parting thoughts?
I'm glad you asked me to marry you.
Me too. It's worked out really well.
Yeah.
All right. Should we go check on the kids?
Let's go check on the kids.
Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next week.